From Monan Park at BC High in Boston, Mass., this is Game 6 of the 2022 Park League Championship Series on LSP between the EI Braves and the Boston A's, with the Braves leading this best-of-7 series 3-2. Good evening, everybody. I'm Sam Feely, ready to bring you the play-by-play story, joined by a longtime member of the Boston amateur baseball community, Sam Finn. Sam, you worked a couple games of the Park League semis, and it's been a fun series, certainly, to watch thus far. It's went from best of 7 to best of 5 to best of 3, and now the Braves, who were 1 out away from being down 2-0 in this series, the last time the A's starter tonight, P.J. Brown, was on the mound, are now 1 win away from a championship.
Yeah, Sam, thanks for letting me tag along tonight. Yep. I'm pretty excited to watch what looks like to be the pivotal game of a very entertaining and competitive series. Both of these teams can pitch, they can hit, and they can play some defense. And on this field in Monan, where we're not going to have any bad hops, we might get some swirling wind. I think we're going to have a pretty good baseball game tonight. Yeah,
but you talk about no bad hops, but defense has been a little tricky for both teams. I mean, like both teams have turned in some highlight reel plays, but they've also gotten eaten up. I feel like, in a couple of games in a couple of these games, maybe it had something to do with like the rain that had happened before, but especially last night for a turf field, the ball was rolling on the infield pretty slowly.
That's pretty interesting. Then I'm going to have to take a look at this myself because I didn't see it. This will be my first game attending. I've been watching your broadcasts a little bit.
Thank you.
Enjoying them,
yep.
Parts of them, enjoying parts of other. I got to watch my dad and my uncle work one of the games, and so it's great. It's just a great, it's a good league. These are probably the two best teams. And,
1 and 2 in the regular season standings.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
All right, so who we got leading off? Is this Alex Haslam? He's wearing 46 tonight, and it'll be lined into left field. First pitch swing. We got a base hit to begin the ball game.
Try and get that fastball over early. And
that was Steve Rizzuto, actually. Of Steve Rizzuto leading off.
Has had a very good series so far.
Had the game-winning 2-run single with 2 outs in the. Oh, and this is down the left field line, just out of the reach of the third baseman, Tommy Linane, and this is going to turn into an out. It's going to be a single, and Rizzuto's going to reach third, but it's going to be 1 out with a runner at third.
Boy, they are jumping all over PJ right now.
Oh, absolutely. PJ Brown went the distance in Game 2, took the loss, and tough break there for the Braves. They do get a run 90 feet away, but first 2 pitches, single to left, single underneath the glove of Linane, and ball 1. As this will be Hector Cassione. And he'll ground this one, bobbled by Brown, but he comes home with it to get the out.
All this action.
I know.
We are just 3 batters into this game.
And we already got 2 outs. That was the first pitch, too. First pitch swinging by each of the first 3 Braves batters. 2 outs, now a runner at third. We are just trying to, get acclimated here.
I don't even know who's hitting right now.
Oh, my God. Well, this is Eddie Beauregard, and he was the DH last night. And that'll be up and away for ball 1. Finally, someone takes a pitch. Beauregard last night was 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and a hit by pitch. And he'll foul that one into the screen to make it 1-1. Braves not wasting any time, being very aggressive, but maybe a little too aggressive for their own good, because the first 2 outs of this inning have come on the bases.
Well, the aggressiveness at the plate is usually a good thing, but the aggressiveness on the base pass has come back to bite him a little bit.
He's swing and a miss, and Beauregard is down 1-2.
boy, I picked a good game to come to. Huh,
Absolutely. And this will be lined up the middle, and that'll be hit number 3 of the inning. Makes it first and second. As up to second goes Cassione.
So we have seen 4 batters. Everyone has made solid contact, and yet they have not scored a run yet.
Mm-hmm. Rizzuto led off with the single, advanced to third, thrown out 1-2 on that fielder's choice. And now it'll be Mike Smith, last night's starting pitcher.
The ageless one.
Talked about how he actually took Chris Carpenter's spot on the Blue Jays roster when he made his major league debut, and then he only became one half of the best two-headed monster starters in the big leagues for several years with Adam Wainwright.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the ageless wonder, Adam Wainwright.
Yeah, I know, right? But I was saying after at the end of that story, can you imagine prime Carpenter and prime Halladay leading the way for the Blue Jays for several years?
Yeah. Ifs, ands, and buts.
Yep.
As a Red Sox fan, I'm certainly happy that they got rid of Chris Carpenter. Saw him twice in the World Series, and I think they got the best of him, but I wouldn't have liked to see him 19 times this season.
Yeah, he was a 20-game winner in 2004. And this will be a little blooper into shallow left, and Pizarro's going to make the catch. After all that fast and furious action, the Braves have nothing to show for it, and we go to the bottom of the first. Braves nothing ace coming up in Game 6 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor LSP broadcast for as little as $25 per ad. Email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for more information. Umpires tonight, it's going to be Mike Sadowski working the plate. Charlie Campbell's over at first, and Mike Hinojosa is over at third. Jimmy Hodgson getting the start for the Braves. He is 1-0 this postseason in 3 appearances with a 5.07 ERA, though. In 9 2/3 innings, he's allowed 14 hits, 10 runs, 7 of which are earned, walked 3 and struck out 3 and hit 1 batter. He has made 2 appearances in this series. In Game 2, the one that he actually squared up against Brown for, he went the first 4 2/3 and allowed 6 hits, 3 runs, only 1 of which was earned, walked 2 and struck out 1, got a no decision, and then pitched a third of an inning in Game 4 over at Town last Thursday. 2 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, and no strikeouts. So he will be tasked with leading the Braves to a championship victory here. As leading things off will be Ryan Patrone for the A's. Patrone, 6 for 30 with 8 steals and 10 attempts this postseason. Also has a triple, a homer, and 3 RBIs.
So we should expect a little more aggressiveness if he gets on base.
Even more aggressive than we saw from the Braves in the first inning, certainly, as that's up and in for ball 1. Patrone's got 8 of the 16 steals the A's have this postseason, and has had 2 3-steal games. That was Game 3 of this series, and then Game 3 of the semis against TJO.
Couldn't have picked a better night to play some baseball tonight.
Absolutely.
A little bit of wind, a little bit of humidity, but we're going to have a great night here.
Yep. And we don't have to contend with any residual rain like we did last night, or heavy rain like we did Monday night that forced this postponement. The regular season, it's funny. Patrone's got almost as many steals in the postseason than he did in the regular season. He was 12 of 3 in the regular season. He'll nub this one to third, and it'll be a low throw, but picked off the turf by Eddie Beauregard for out number 1. So here's P.J. Brown. And, you know, you look back on game 2 when he pitched all the way into the 9th and had the go-ahead RBI in the top of the 9th of that game. You know, he was in trouble in the 6th. He was 4 outs away from a win, but it was 3-1, and then he started to lose a little bit, and then the Braves tied it in the bottom of the 6th, 3-3. And I thought they should have pulled him at that point, but they didn't. Seemed to settle down, but then lost the handle again in the bottom of the 9th, and eventually, of course, the Braves walked it off.
That's certainly where you'd usually see a pitching change, but I'm sure he went to Nate, the manager, and said, you know, I'm sticking in, I'm still good, and it sounded like he still was pretty good, and then a fortuitous bounce or two, and all of a sudden the series was tied 1-1.
Yep. And, you know, it's hard because, like, Brown is also one of the best hitters on the A's, so, you know, you take him out of the lineup with him being in the 2-hole. Where do you go from there? Like obviously, they're capable bats on the A's bench, but it's weird when you have the pitcher batting for himself in the 2-hole, and you don't have the Shohei Ohtani rule like they do now in Major League Baseball.
There aren't many Shohei Ohtanis.
Oh, absolutely not.
This guy must be a pretty good hitter, lefty hitter, has a nice swing. There ain't many like that Shohei Ohtani.
Tungsten arm O'Doyle, ladies and gentlemen. The Athletic did a whole article just about that tweet, too. And that'll be fouled off. It's amazing what the writers at The Athletic are able to extrapolate from certain niches of sports culture, like obviously the Shohei Ohtani Tungsten Arm O'Doyle tweet, and then they did a whole article about the Old Hoss Radbourn Twitter account, which is one of the best follows on social media, by the way. That'll get out of play. I read the book 59 and 84 about Old Hoss Radbourn's record-breaking season, and I was told by the person who gave it to me that the author of that book is the person behind the Old Hoss Radbourn account, but I don't think it is. As this has popped up, and a little bit of a turn at the end, but caught for out number 2. The reason I don't think it's the same guy is because the book's called 59 and 84. The Old Hoss Radbourn Twitter account constantly refers to him winning 60 games in 1884, and there are differing accounts between baseball statistical authorities of how many games exactly he won. I think even his epitaph says Radbourn's epitaph says he won 62 games that year.
I got the Wikipedia machine up. It says 60. So
yeah, 60. Although
it's terrible for me, but I'm using Wikipedia.
Oh God. Pizarro ahead 2-0. By the way, back to what you're actually watching, and I'll foul that one off. 2-1.
Yeah, I don't think Vin Scully got into Old Hoss Radbourn until like the 3rd or 4th inning usually. We're jumping right in.
No, exactly. But you gotta. But you know, after Scully died, the first broadcast I did after Scully passed, I was talking about him over the course of the broadcast, and like the style of baseball commentary that you frequently think about these days, like the idea that like it's not really like watching most sports. It's like listening to a podcast mostly. That's basically what Scully pioneered.
Right, because when he started announcing, he was announcing games on radio.
Yeah, exactly. But the stories continued onto TV. Full count.
Little look back there by Hodgson. Might have wanted that one there, but that pitch looked inside.
Oh yeah, it was almost right in front of Pizarro's knee, wasn't it? Yeah. And he does come up empty. Oh no, he just fouled that off. I thought. I thought the catcher Joyce had secured that, but instead it's a foul off, and it'll remain 3-2. So the A's working the count a little more here on Hodgson than the Braves did on Brown. That is a swing and a miss, however, And that retires the side. So through one, no score between the Braves and the A's in Game 6 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. LSP is the live events specialist. Ask us about streaming your next sports game, gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, play, meeting, or other event. Also ask about public address announcing, emceeing, and videography. Rates start just $100. Email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for more information. Well, in the next chapter of this podcast, Now, you're the son of a longtime baseball umpire, Mike Finn, obviously, and following your father's footsteps, you've umpired some games with your dad. But I talked about this on a Blue Sox broadcast, but it has been discussed on my channel. Can you please tell us the family-friendly version of the story when you realized you needed to become an umpire?
I mean, I've been officiating on and off since I was 15, so 16, 17 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I played a little bit in college, and Rick DeAngelis over the Blue Sox gave me a chance to play for the Blue Sox. I was a pitcher, and got into officiating more after college, and I was still playing for the Blue Sox. We were playing the Andre Chiefs in the semifinals or the finals, and I was there as a relief pitcher, pretty much as a cheerleader. We had a catcher from Northeastern, Jeff Vigers, who had spent some time in the minor leagues. He was facing Jared
Frenny.
Jared Frenny.
Oh my God, the final boss of the Intercity League for so many years.
Well, I would contend to say Mac Harris was that, but Jared Frenny was also pretty good, you know.
But with all love Matty, but he couldn't touch Frenny's velocity. That nobody could touch Frenny's velocity. But to be continued, as that'll be strike one on the outside corner, and Alex Joyce at the bat. Go on.
So Jared struck out
Vixie.
Jeff.
Yep.
Pretty good pitch. And I'm there watching at Maplewood, and pitch looks like a good pitch to me. Jeff comes over to where I'm standing, and he's putting his shin guards on, and he says, "Sam, where'd you have that pitch?" Now, I'd been officiating, and I'd been officiating in the Intercity League at that time. I said, "Jeff, I've got that as a good pitch." Jeff kind of shakes his head and walks away, and another one of our players goes, "What's wrong with you? You don't tell him that was a good pitch." And I said, he asked me a serious question. I told him it was a pitch. And that's when I knew that it was probably time for me to get out of the dugout and just get back on the field and put my baggy pants and my black shirt on and get on with my umpiring career.
This is Alex Joyce at the plate. My mistake. That was not Joyce just now. As Joyce, now at bat, is behind 0-1. And this will be grounded. Diving stop. Throw on to first. Easy throw.
Nice play.
By Tommy Lenane for out number 2.
So you think with all this rain we're going to have that this field is going to play a little slower than it normally does?
Well,
because that might have saved that ball from going out into the outfield.
Well, it certainly played slower than it normally does last night because it had been actively raining much of the day yesterday, and obviously then the field was good enough to play last night, but the turf was still a little bogged down at the time, and that's why it was that's why the turf was a little slow.
Okay.
And I would argue that Luke Harder's ground out, that as this is hitting to left field, and this is off the mesh monster, ricochets right to the left fielder. Good throw would have gotten him, but it's a little too strong, and it will be a 2-out double.
That's number 7. Be nice if we had some.
Yeah, usually the Braves guys are up here, but well, now Alex Haslam is at bat. They've been shuffling him around the order clearly. Mm-hmm. But the point about the weather yesterday, I would argue that because the turf was a little soggy, that is what allowed Luke Harder's ground out to score the first run of the ball game for the Braves last night, because the infield was drawn in with a runner third and less than 2 outs, but because it was hit so slowly, Pizarro had to not Pizarro, but Lenane had to come in and had to charge in, and that gave the runner on third, Sears, time to come home.
Brown really has control of a breaking ball. He's throwing it for strikes. He's throwing it down in the zone, so that could be helpful. If he's throwing it for strikes and he can get some swings and misses out of it, he's going to be successful tonight.
Yeah, he was very successful up to that 6th inning in Game 2, as Haslam just barely gets a piece there. Haslam is the number 9 hitter in the order after leading off last night. Ended up going 1 for 3 with a run scored. Runner at second, 2 down. And a swing and a miss. Foul tipped into the mitt, says Sadowski. Regardless, it's a strikeout, and the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the second, still no score. In Game 6 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP.
Who's the kid who hit the double?
The LSP store is now open. Order a DVD of this game or check out our collection of exclusive merchandise, including the LSP hoodie and the Never Concede collection. LSP37.creatorspring.com for merchandise, and email samfeelypbp@gmail.com to order a DVD of most past LSP video broadcasts. Still just filling things in as we go, folks. Had a delayed, so I figured we were going to have a delayed start, and then just everything just came rushing together suddenly. So assume Mike Smith is a DH.
I would assume.
Yeah. Tim Zupkis was the first hitter of the inning.
That was a strikeout.
Yep.
Who just hit the double?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. But we go to the bottom of the second after a 1-2-3 bottom of the first by Hodgson. And that'll be strike 1 on the outside corner to James Katsarobis. Down and away for ball 1. Two and 1. Katsarobis ahead. And that's going to, Mike Hinojosa called that a foul ball. I thought it got over the third base bag in fair territory. But it's going to be a strike 2 to even the count to Katsarobis.
A little bit of a delayed call there. Self-preservation.
Yeah, I understand, but
looked pretty close.
Just be barely fouled off by Katsarobis.
Looked like Nate, the manager, wanted to argue there and thought better of it. So trust his judgment.
On deck is Freddie Carrera. And fouled off again.
Who's hitting right now?
Katsarobis, 2-2 count. Takes down and away, ball 3. Last night, Katsarobis was 0 for 3, reached on an error in the 4th and scored the A's only run of the ball game. And he fouls that one off. It's an error by the pitcher, Smith. It was going to be a routine ground out on the comebacker to Smith. They kind of underhanded it to first and pushed it wide of the first base bag. And that's what allowed Katsarobis to reach.
3 for 14 so far here in this championship series.
Yep. Doing a good job here, staying alive. A couple of tough foul offs, 3-2 still. And he'll foul it off again.
I have to imagine in a game 6 like this, and they're playing. They take the weekends off, and they had also they have Monday off.
They had Monday off because of the rain out.
There is a chance that some of this pitching has reset, but game 6, you're going to work these guys, see what you can get into in terms of the relief course for both teams.
Yeah, exactly. And the A's really showing a lot of patience and good persistence at the plate to frustrate Hodgson through the first 4 batters. Obviously, the A's ended up going 1-2-3 in the first, but not without a fight. And this will be grounded to short. Cassione bobbles, fires to first. And again, it's an out, but you made him work.
That's a nice play. What are we thinking? If the Braves get a lead, Smitty's going to come back out there and try and pitch a 7th inning, or at least try and convince Greeley to let him go back out there on
Smitty pitched 5 innings last night, and also he retired. He only allowed 4 hits and 1 run and walked 1 and 6 strikeouts. So he wasn't overly taxed.
Right. Hopefully he didn't get hit by that line drive that just went into the Braves dugout.
Oh, good Lord. Doesn't look like actually, you know what? I think it might have gone out. I think the gate was open and actually went through the gate. This will be grounded to Cassione again. 2 down. And it's and now that you think about it, considering that the Braves had an 8-1 lead by the time they took him out of the game. They figure we'll take him out, and if we're in a tough spot, needing the last couple of outs, maybe he can go for the last inning, to try and finish it off.
Game 7, if necessary, would obviously be tomorrow night. So,
yeah.
Just throwing some hypotheticals out there. I know he's a gamer, and, the game is close. I don't know if the Braves would want anybody else on the mound. But they got some guys who can pitch.
DiGiacomo grounds this one to first, flip to the pitcher covering, and another 1-2-3 inning for Jimmy Hodgson. 2 complete, still no score between the Braves and the A's here in Game 6 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. Are you down with the sound called LSP? Then follow and support us on the web, localsportsproductions.com, coming back online in September. In the meantime, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, PayPal, Creator Spring, and Ko-Fi LSP37, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel.
That was the big fella. That's the DH right there, 17. Who just hit?
DiGiacomo. So DiGiacomo goes 3-1, and it's been 6 up, 6 down thus far for Brave starter Jimmy Hodgson. We will go to the top of the 3rd, and it will be the top 3rd of the Braves order due up with Steve Rizzuto leading things off.
Haslam strikeout to end the top of the 2nd. Thank you. I've been impressed with Brown so far. Like I said, I thought that the schedule had been bunched up, but given the weekend off and the day off, I think he's probably back on regular rest, which is
he's on more than regular rest. So like he hasn't pitched since last Tuesday.
So that's a week.
Yeah, but also that was 9 innings too, so he really needed more. So I figure he would need more than just the regular rotation.
You're sore. This is me. You're sore the next day. You're sore the day after. It's really the work that you do in between your starts that dictates how you're going to feel. If you just sat around and ate potato chips the entire time, I think you'd really struggle and your legs would be sore. But these guys work, and he knows, I'm sure.
Oh, so that explains why I was hospitalized for 6 weeks. Strike 1.
We're all born differently, Sam. We all live a little differently.
I mean, I had a congenital heart defect at birth. That's fine, but like. Oh God, that was just terrifying.
Happy to have you here, buddy.
Me too. I'm glad I'm back. I knew I was going to come back to Mass eventually. The question was when, and that kind of hastened the process.
Right.
1-1 the count to Rizzuto led off the game with a first pitch single, but then was retired at home on a fielder's choice. He's behind 1-2. talking to my sister earlier about, PTSD that people who are hospitalized for a while can suffer, not even from anything necessarily like terrifying happening, just the, the repeated process of what you go through as an inpatient, full count. And it's especially true for someone like me who was intubated for a while. And my girlfriend, she got PTSD simply from the times when she was at work and was driving by the hospital, even when I left, even when I had been discharged. Inside corner, strike 3 called, and Rizzuto is retired. Glad it's over, though.
Home plate umpire just gave the A's bench a ball strike warning.
Mm-hmm.
Something that I have done. You do it early in the game. You hear it with these leagues sometimes. It's a high stress game. A lot of tension. A lot of nerves. Sometimes things get said, and you take care of it. And now we move on.
Funny that the A's got the warning, even though they just got the call on that called strike, though.
Well, he'd been nibbling on the outside corner. Catcher was sticking it, and then he threw a great fastball in the inner half. Batter thought it was going to be ball 4, and Sadowski rings him up for strike 3.
1-1 the count to Andrew Lindquist. Singled, but then was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double in his first time up in the first. 2-1 the count now. Last night Lindquist was 2 for 4 with 2 singles and a run and a couple of ribbies. Off the end of the bat to short. Pizarro's got it. Throw on to first. Lindquist got good speed, but Pizarro's got a good arm, and that's 2 up, 2 down.
Did both of these teams show up to play tonight? This is great.
Yeah. I mean, they've both teams have, in.
Both the games started have been pretty competitive.
Of the games I've seen, both teams have shown up to play from the start, but then, last night was the only one that really got away.
Yeah.
From the A's, because I'm sure the A's don't appreciate. I'm sure A's fans don't appreciate the fact that I'm broadcasting this game. But the Braves, every win of the Braves series has been broadcast here on LSP. So, but really, even the 8-5 game, the 8-5 win by the Braves in Game 3. The A's were still in it, but last night was the first one that really got away from the A's.
Maybe they decide, we're down early. Let's just put all our chips into Game 6. We're not getting eliminated tonight. Let's look forward to tomorrow. But they came out ready to play tonight, and you can tell that they're really locked in right now.
Fouled off by Cassione, still 2-2.
Seems like the Braves are too.
Yep, Cassione reached on that fielder's choice on which Rizzuto was retired at home in the first.
Been a great player in the Boston leagues for a number of years. Hector has.
Fouled off, remains 2-2. Going back to that first inning, it's Rizzuto,
I was
Lindquist.
still putting my headset on.
I
and
know.
All of a sudden, we had a guy thrown out at home.
Cassione strikes out, and that'll be strikeout number 4 for Brown. We're through 2.5. Still no score here in Game 6 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air for as little as $25 per ad. Email samfeelyppp@gmail.com for more information. But it's funny how Rizzuto, Lindquist, and Cassione all picked on the first pitch they saw. And now they've tried to settle down and try to work the counts a little more. And they're suffering the same fate that the A's have been suffering against Hodgson. Getting mowed down basically. I mean, there was that double with 2 outs in the second, but really nothing to show for it for either side thus far. A's have gone 6 up, 6 down thus far. Braves no runs on 4 hits, and 3 left actually through their first 3 innings.
Well, just like you think hitters make adjustments as they come up the second time, pitchers also make adjustments and catchers make adjustments. So, rather than giving him a fastball for the first pitch of the at-bat, maybe you throw a breaking ball, and all of a sudden he fouls it off and it's 0-1 instead of, ball put in play.
But, everybody talks about how, in recent years, the stats come to light that, opponents' batting averages go up each successive time through the order against the pitcher. So it's going to be interesting to see.
They don't have video that they can go in and watch. They
No.
got some guy like me standing in the dugout, chewing sunflower seeds, and they say, "Yo, is that a good pitch? Is that a good pitch?"
I mean,
Great.
this is baseball how it used to be, certainly. Linane fouls that one off for strike one. Linane has maybe surprisingly been the best hitter for the A's this postseason.
Yeah.
440 with 3 doubles, 2 homers, and 15 RBIs.
That doesn't sound like maybe. That sounds like he's carrying that offense.
He absolutely has. But in the regular season, he only batted .314 with 9 RBIs in 13 games, and here he is with 15 through 9 in the postseason. This will be into left field, and that will be caught for out number 1. A little plie in left field there.
A plie.
Yeah. This is what happens when your stepmother is a real big performing arts fan, and you end up spending some of your formative years watching it.
This is also what happens when you got a color guy, because you would say that, and all this. Oh, my microphone went out. Would you cut me off?
No, I think.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I think it's just. I don't know what's going on, but anyways, 1-0. I think what's happened. There we go. All right. Something's a little out of place in the.
That's okay.
In the switcher. I don't know if some got knocked. I don't know. Anyways,
I got nothing in me.
You have no audio in your headset? Can you talk? All right. Michael Donahoe takes strike 2. Donahoe back in the starting lineup tonight. And he grounds this one foul. It's actually a full count, 3-2. And it looks like Alex Wong is on deck. Is that Alex in the on deck circle? Yep. Yep, man. Yeah, I'm not getting any. What happened to your microphone? That's weird. Yeah, I'm not hearing anything. And oh, good Lord. Hang on a second. Let me try something. Okay, so that's obviously you. So let's try and fire it up again. You want to give me a test? Yep, we're good. We're good. Okay.
Welcome back.
All right.
I just can't hear you. I can hear you.
That was a walk. My mistake. I thought I saw him get rung up. But so first base runner for the A's. My mistake, folks. 1 out, 1 on. Donahoe is aboard. Here is Wong.
Oh.
And they might have him in a pickle. The A's were hoping for a balk call, but instead it's going to be Donahoe getting picked off.
1 to 6 to 3 to 4.
I won the jackpot. Everybody put that in for your daily numbers game. 1, 6, 3, 4. Gotcha. 0-2 to Wong.
Yeah, sometimes you'll get that where you want to put a little pressure on the pitcher.
but some of these guys are pretty accustomed to dealing with a little bit of pressure. They step off, and you just throw it to the fielder, and you let them take the rest of it.
Wong 1 for 3 last night with a single, and I think we just lost you again.
No, you just found me again. Nope, you just lost me again.
No, I can hear you. We got you.
All right.
I don't know what's going on.
Change up misses for ball 1.
Yep. What is going on, people?
Now I can hear you.
All
No,
right.
I can't.
Oh, God. I mean, my audio's picking up. I can hear myself, so. 2-2. Pop foul and out of play. I imagine the humidity has something to do with it, but it wasn't a factor the other night. I don't know. Down and in, and it's up to a full count after Wong was behind 0-2.
Love to see Wong get on base. Get the top of the order up.
And that'll be into right center field, and Haslam's got it. And that'll retire the side. So Hodgson has faced the minimum through 3. And we still have no score through 3 innings here in Game 6 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. LSP is the live event specialist. Ask us about streaming next sports game, gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, play, meeting, or other event. Also ask about public address announcing, emceeing, and videography. Rates are just $100. Email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for more information. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left for the A's. They just have that one base runner, Donahoe's walk, and when they was promptly picked off. No runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 3 left. For the Braves through 3, as P.J. Brown is back out there for inning number 4, and he will face the middle third of the order. Beauregard, Smith, and Zupkis.
What did Beauregard do in the first?
He singled.
Then Smitty
popped up to end the frame. So it was first and second.
Okay, on to the top of the 4th. Who's going to score first here? Who's going to break the deadlock?
Ball 1 to Beauregard. Go back to
That's
going
going
to
to
fall for a base hit, and Beauregard's 2 for 2. I was going back in my book just to see what was the scoring in the game that Brown pitched game 2, and well, the A's actually scored in the first inning, and then the Braves tied it in the second, and scoring actually did come pretty early in the last game Brown pitched. Swing and a miss, 4-strike, 1 to Smitty.
As you said, they grabbed 2 in the 6th. It was tied, and then 3-3 to the 9th. Scored a run, then the Braves came back.
Yeah, and remember, it was Brown who drove in that run. Basically won the game, almost won the game by himself, like in every facet.
Shohei O'Brownie.
Hadn't considered that one. 1-1 the count to 2-1 apparently now the count. To Smith, who popped up to short. To end the first, he's going to pop up behind the plate, and it will be caught by Donahoe for out number 1. So 2 pop-ups by Smitty. He's 0 for 2, and here's Tim Zupkis. Zupka struck out swinging his first time up in the second. What did Joyce have for his out in the second? Yeah.
Diving play by the third
Oh,
baseman,
yeah.
5-3.
Yep. Oh, they had Beauregard picked off, but a error is going to allow Beauregard to get to second after all. So, for the third time in 4 innings, the Braves have a runner in scoring position. Weren't able to bring him home in the first 2 innings with the double, 2 outs in the second, the last opportunity.
You're right, though. They had him picked off. That was a good move, and just crossed up the first baseman, and that ball scooted away. So Donahoe's out there to talk to him, just settle him down, say, hey, we got 1 out in the inning. Let's get a ground ball, and then we can deal with Joyce here with 2 outs.
Actually had a few errors by pitchers in this series. Swing and a miss, but the ball gets away from Donahoe, and up to third goes Beauregard.
That's a pass ball. All right, already. Top of the 4th inning, you got 1 out.
And the A's had catching issues too last night. Number of wild pitches and a pass ball last night, and allowed the Braves to prolong their offensive onslaught.
It's a big at bat here in the game for Zupkis.
There were 2 runs. There were 3 wild pitches in an inning that led to 2 runs for the Braves in that 4th. As that is down the left field line, that is a fair ball. In to score is Beauregard. Zupkis is on his way to second. He gets there with a double. And the Braves finally break through. 1-0 here in the top of the 4th.
Fastball, just left it out over the plate, and Zupkis did not miss it.
Now Alex Joyce. Grounded out to third his first time up. And he'll loop this one into right field for a base hit. Zupkis being waved around third. Here's the relay to the plate. It's offline. Alex Joyce makes it 2-0. And that's got to feel really good for Joyce, especially considering his night last night. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, and actually was factored into all 3 outs in that big 7-run 4th before he was pinch hit for by Jack McLaughlin, who had a sac fly. So good for Alex to bring one home.
Love when the catchers get a hit.
Absolutely.
They work so hard back there. Great when they can contribute.
As that'll be up and in for ball 1. A little looper into right center. That's down for a base hit. Joyce will hold it second.
That is how.
Kyle Halloran.
Hal Halloran.
Anybody go by Hal anymore? Last Hal I remember seeing in a ball game was Hal Landers years ago.
I didn't know his first name was Kyle. Now I get it. It makes sense.
Alex
Hal.
Alex Haslamo for one of the strikeout, a throw to second, and they got Joyce in a pickle. They put the tag on him, but up to second behind him goes Halloran. So that'll be out number 2.
Still a runner in scoring position for Haslam here. Does the same thing if he gets a hit.
They probably have a better chance to score Halloran than they do Joyce.
Yeah, which makes getting picked off of second base a real no-no there by Joyce.
I mean, imagine the pressure you put on Brown if Joyce doesn't get picked off there, if it's still first and second. Haslam hits a single, even if Joyce holds it third, they have bases loaded, 1 out, and then you're just ready to, open the floodgates on him.
Yeah, right as the lineup turns over. So
and the lineup turns over too.
Big at bat,
Yep.
The A's have the top of the lineup coming up here in the 4th. Can they get out of this with just 2 runs?
This will be grounded to third. And they will. So Haslam grounds out. Tough break there for Joyce. He's picked off, but does pick up an RBI. And it's 2 runs for the Braves. They strike first, and we are halfway home in Game 6 of the Park League Championship Series, with the Braves leading the A's 2-0. This is the Park League Championship Series on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Order a DVD of this game or check out our collection of exclusive merchandise, including the LSP hoodie and the Never Concede collection. LSP37.creator-spring.com for merchandise, and email samfeelypvp@gmail.com for DVD of most past LSP video broadcasts.
I'd take that as payment tonight, one of those golf pullovers.
It's a hoodie, zip-up hoodie. I love them. I actually got mine. After I got mine, I have 2 of them, and on both of them, I ordered this patch from this store on Etsy that basically supports freelance creators and everything and everyone and who's affected by people who insist you work for the exposure. And I have these patches that read, "You have died of exposure," in the Oregon Trail font. Right beneath the LSP logo.
You're dating both of us, the Oregon Trail. That was a fun game.
Oh, my God. This is grounded to third. 1 pitch, 1 out as the speedy Ryan Patron is retired.
Exactly what you want to do there in the top of the 4th after you give up 2. Exactly what you want to do if you're Hodgson.
Yep.
Exactly what you want to do there if you're the A's. Your leadoff hitter goes up and rolls over and grounds out first pitch of the inning.
Yep. Here is P.J. Brown looking to redeem himself after giving up those 2 runs. And he will take on the inside corner for strike 1. What did Brown do in the top of the first again? I know he was in the bottom of the first. He was out, but
to left.
Flat to left. Yep, that's right. Okay. 0 for 1. And now he's behind. 0 and 2. Where are the flags?
Of us.
I don't know. I don't know if. Oh, way back there.
To see if there was wind. Okay.
And your mic's still kind of in and out. I don't know what's going on.
No, I can't hear you in my headphones, but
the headphones aren't working at all.
No, they are, and then they go. And then they
yeah, it's weird. I haven't done this setup in a while, but 1 and 2.
I hear myself plenty during the day.
Yeah.
So I don't really need to hear myself right now.
Oh, God.
There it is.
There's the first base hit of the ball game
All
for
right.
the A's, and P.J. Brown delivers with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Only down 2. You just got to remind yourself, you just got to keep the line moving. Pizarro here does represent the tying run, and he's got pop, but he comes up empty, trying to show off that pop, I guess, and swinging over the top of it for strike
Seems
1.
like Hodgson knew that big swing was coming through a good sinker down and in and got the swing and miss. So.
Throw over to first, and back safely is Brown.
Has Brown stolen any bases? this game?
Brown has stolen 2 bases this postseason. In the regular season was 8 for 8 in steals. Pizarro grounds that 1 foul. Another strike.
You know, you'd love to get runners in motion here, but 0-2 is really not a good running count. So I would doubt that you're going to see Brown in motion here. If they do, maybe they even pitch out, the Braves do.
Pizarro had 3 doubles and 1 homer in the regular season. He pops this one down the right field line, and unable to haul it in was Halloran. So it remains 0-2.
There at first base, but that's just a
Well, knowing Brown,
attention.
knowing Brown is a stolen base threat.
You got to manage both of these, Hodgson, because you really want to just throw strikes here with a lead, but you got to know, you can't give up a base here.
And there it is into left center field. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Brown's on his way to third. He's being waved around third as it's bobbled against the wall. Here comes the throw to Cassione, and it'll be cut off. And the A's are on the board. It's 2-1. Took both offenses a while, but here we go. We've got some action. Pizarro with the extra base hit. Brown with the run.
Sometimes when you give a little too much attention to the runner, focus gets away from the batter, and on an 0-2 pitch, he gives him a pitch to drive, and he rips it right into the left center field gap. And we've got a one-run ball game here, Sam.
James Katsarobis comes to bat with the tying run at second and 1 out. And he'll take down and away for ball 1. In the first 3 innings, talking about the patience shown by the A's hitters, but had nothing to show for it except 1 walk. As this is into center field, Haslam's camping under it. Pizarro going back to tag, and he will hold as Haslam hauls it in for out number 2. And then Patron tried to change it up by swinging at the first pitch of this inning. Grounded out to third, but then Brown and Pizarro working the count, get a single and a double, gets the first run. Katsarobis hacking early in the count, flies out. And it'll be up to Freddie Carrera, grounded out to short his first time up. Carrera was 2 for 3, single and a double.
8 for 19 this postseason, so he's one of their best hitters here.
And we lost you again. Damn it. Fouled off for strike 1. I trying to figure out what exactly the issue is with your wire. I understand, but all right. You've got way more insightful things to say than I do. All right.
I'm back.
Yeah.
You're back in my ears.
Grounded down the third baseline. That is a fair ball. Around third is Pizarro. This game is tied. Freddie Carrera with the RBI single. Coming through with 2 outs.
That's just a nice piece of hitting. In the postseason. Grilly wants to talk.
Back to where we started. There is action down the left field line for the Braves.
27.
Yeah, I saw Quinn Cleary down. I can definitely see Quinn Cleary down there. The submariner.
That's who's warming up.
Cleary actually was the one who relieved Hodgson in Game 2. Went the last 4 1/3, and it's a rare thing when a submariner goes that long in a ball game. As this is into center field. And let's keep on coming for the A's. As Chris DiGiacomo reaches, Carrera up to second.
We mentioned it about pitchers making adjustment, but also hitters making adjustments, and it seems like the opposite has almost happened, that Brown made some adjustments, and now the A's hitters are making adjustments to Hodgson.
So here is Tommy Linnane with the go-ahead run now in scoring position all of a sudden. I know Linnane's over on what how's he retired?
Grounded out to the first base.
Yep, that's right. Okay. So, ball 1 to Linnane. The A's leading RBI man in the postseason. It's not even close. 15 thus far, including the one last night. When he comes up empty for strike 1, the Park League website doesn't have last night's A's hitters stats uploaded yet. But he is up to 15 and has a chance for number 16 here.
11 for 26 so far this postseason. He's real locked in.
This will be ground to the left side. Third baseman Rizzuto's got it. On to first, and the side is retired, but not before the A's tie the game with 2 runs on 4 hits and leave 2. Through 4, we are back to where we started. 2-2 between the Braves and the A's in Game 6 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. Are you down with a sound called LSP? Then follow and support LSP on the web. Localsportsproductions.com coming back in September. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, PayPal, Creator Spring, and Ko-Fi, LSP37. And subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel.
One, two, three.
4 hits in that inning. The first 4 hits of the ball game for the A's. Pizarro with an RBI double, and then Carrera bringing him home with an RBI single. And as we go to the top of the 5th, P.J. Brown back out there. And he'll face the top third of the order, Rizzuto, Lindquist, and Cassione. Everyone in the Braves order has been on base tonight except for Smith and Haslam. Right now, the A's have not yet gotten Patron, Linnane, or Wong to reach. Or Katsarobis, excuse me. Him too.
Brand new baseball game here, ladies and germs.
back and forth series with some back and forth games. It's been extremely competitive and exactly what you expected out of the top 2 teams in the regular season standings.
I love it. Rizzuto leading off, or as Adam Sandler would call him, Rarudo.
I can't believe that when watching the Little League World Series, 12-year-olds in America in the year 2022 are still citing Adam Sandler as their favorite actor, as that's is in there for strike 1.
That's good parenting.
I mean, yeah,
that's
but like,
excellent parenting.
What are they raising them on? Uncut Gems now? Come on.
No, I teach middle school, and I ask kids all the time, some of the like Waterboy quotes, and I'll get some blank stares, but you might have some better parents around the country. Can you imagine if you were getting Uncut Gems quotes from 12-year-olds, though?
Uncut jams.
That was an uncut jam right up the middle.
Oh, yeah. Steve Rizzuto picks up his second base hit of the night. He's 2 for 3. As
that was a breaking ball that got in on the hands, and he just fought it off right up the middle. Brown kind of fell off to the side of the mound there, and right up the middle, there was nobody there to defend it. So leadoff hitter on for the Braves here in the top of the 5th.
Here's Lindquist. He's 1 for 2. Throw over to first and back safely is Rizzuto. Lindquist, that single in the first. He tried to stretch into a double, but was thrown out, and then grounded out to short in the third. One, and it'll be on the inside corner for strike one. One thing you can say in a family-friendly setting about Uncut Gems is that a lot of people called Kevin Garnett's performance in Uncut Gems the best acting performance by a professional athlete in cinema history.
Well, they made that. Oh, boy.
Oh, Derek Pizarro, liner right to him, and he doubles up Rizzuto. 2 down. But they actually consider both Amari Stoudemire and Joel Embiid for the part that eventually went to Garnett.
I would have liked Embiid.
Embiid's
Sandler's new movie, Hustle, was very good. I think it's been very well received.
It has.
Juancho Hernangomez.
Yep.
I really enjoyed watching it.
Fouled off. 0-2 now.
Sandler's great. He's just great because he's himself.
Yeah.
He's very good at being himself, and he's a naturally funny guy. He doesn't, people gravitate to him.
But I think didn't he swear off acting for a few years after Pixels bombed?
Jack and Jill.
That was years before.
I liked Pixels.
Actually, no. The thing about Jack and Jill, though, is that Sandler actually won Worst Actor and Worst Actress at that year's Razzies for Jack and Jill.
Why you know that, I don't know, but I definitely feel that that's a true thing.
It is a true thing. Listen, my father and I have
just
this.
Go with it. There were some clunkers there.
Oh God.
All right.
Swing and a miss, off speed pitch away, and a good response by Brown after he and the A's offense come back to tie it in the bottom of the 4th. They hold the Braves scoreless in the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 2-2 between the Braves and the A's in Game 6 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor LSP broadcast for as little as $25 per ad. Email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for more information. My father and I both have this tendency to know random bits of trivia about TV shows and movies we have never seen. And I'm the terminally online one. He barely goes on the internet except to check email and stuff, so oh, man. So we go to the bottom of the 5th, and it looks like we do have a pitching change. It looks like it is, in fact, Quinn Cleary taking over for the Braves after Jimmy Hodgson goes the first 4. Cleary relieved Hodgson in the 5th inning of Game 2 and finished the game with 4 1/3 innings while allowing just 1 run. Remember when the Red Sox tried to make Byung-Hyun Kim a starter?
I do not.
Oh,
Boy,
God.
That's a blank by my memory.
Yeah, I mean...
I remember when they tried to make Daniel Bard a starter, and that's when I almost swore off the franchise.
I know, and they try to do the same with Garrett Whitlock. Even with the personnel change, even with the personnel changes over the years, I wonder who's making those decisions to try to make these guys who are great relievers into, starters.
A computer is making
clearly.
those decisions.
It worked for C.J. Wilson. It has hardly worked for anyone else. Because remember when the Rangers made C.J. Wilson a starter, and then he was like a Cy Young candidate for the next couple of years?
He was really good. Great cutter. A cutter is a great pitch for a starting pitcher. A lot of ground balls.
Yep. So here is Michael Donahoe to lead things off, and it's strike one.
Somehow we've had both catchers get picked off in a playoff game. Probably not great. He walked and then got picked off there in the second inning.
It happened to Joyce back in the fourth, too.
Yeah.
Ball one.
Not something you would expect to see in a playoff game.
Like, the only, like, at this level, like, the only catcher I think would even be you could even understand getting picked off would really be Jeff Vigers, because he was a stolen base threat in his prime with the Blue Sox.
There were some athletes in the Intercity League.
Oh, yeah.
There
But
were
but like Jason Kendall and Ivan Rodriguez, and that was about it. And in our days growing up watching the major leagues, Russell Martin had like 20 steals like once, didn't he?
pretty good swing there by Donahoe. Drove Halloran all the way back, but he ran it down for the first out of the inning.
So Donahoe is 0 for 1 now, and here is Wong, who flew out to center to end the third.
I think he's going to get something started here. I don't think he's hit very well this playoffs, but he's
No, he hasn't, and he is hitting this one to deep center. Took off a little bit on Haslam, but he is able to run it down for a quick out number 2. So Wong flies out to Haslam for the second straight at bat, and now the lineup turns over for Patron.
So despite a new pitcher, first 2 outs of the inning for the A's have both been hard contact. So even though they're facing a new guy, they're used to this, where they see Hodgson first and then they see Cleary. They're not surprised by this submariner at all so far.
No.
Oh, this could be interesting. Sadowski's pretty clear. That ball was touched by the batter while still in the batter's box, so it remains a foul ball. And here comes James Greeley just to ask whether or not they could maybe get together as a crew.
Yeah, because they think the ball touched him in fair territory.
He went for a base hit bunt there, and he seemed to bunt it right off of himself. And to me, it looked like he stepped forward, but whether or not he's out of the batter's box is up to the discretion of the umpire. Sadowski is going to stay with his call, and we've just got a plain foul ball for the first strike of the at-bat.
Yeah, that's. I feel like that's way too close to really even consider reversing it.
Yeah, you're probably just going to go with whatever you have initially. Every once in a while, you can get screened out, but Sadowski seemed pretty confident in his call there.
Yeah.
He's seen it all.
2-1.
Joyce held that one there a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Guys are really, really, scratching and clawing for every strike, every ball. This game really means something to these guys.
Patron 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts to third and comes up empty on that one for strike 2. In the top of the 6th, the Braves will have Beauregard, Smith, and Zupkis due up, who were the first three up in the top of the 4th when the Braves got on the board. This will be a little flare into shallow right and down for a base hit. So Patron picks up his first hit of the ball game. He's 1 for 3, and the go-ahead run with considerable speed is on first. But
a swing and a miss on a breaking ball there for strike 2, but threw the same pitch there and fought it off there out into the outfield. And got the leadoff hitter on first base here with 2 outs. So with a left-handed batter, might be an interesting time to run here on a submariner.
But you also gotta do everything you can to not get picked off, as that'll be a strike. And Joyce is ready to fire down to first, as Patron was frozen off of first a little bit.
Sometimes you get a little start and you just see, what type of jump you get. And if you don't get a jump, you just cut it off. That seemed like what happened there.
Brown 1 for 2. Singleton scored last inning. And now he's behind 0-2. Hoping to help his own cause. Maybe get something down the line or into the gap and bring home Patron.
See if he gets in motion here. 2 strikes.
On an 0-2 count, though? Yeah, he does. This is going to be into center field. That'll get down for a base hit. And Patron held up.
seemed to start and stop there a little bit.
Yeah,
Sam.
exactly. If he had kept on going, maybe he would have had a shot at third.
You're just trying to take 5 to 10% of the pitcher's attention away from the batter. If you can take 5-10%, all of a sudden he spins that breaking ball instead of really finishing it. You give your batter a chance to drive the ball into the gap. But here we got first and second with 2 outs.
Yep. Haslam also doesn't really have a cannon out there in center field, so odds of Patron getting to third are even better in that regard. Here is
your best hitter up here. So.
Pizarro with an RBI double last time up, and that is down and away for ball 1. Pizarro can smack another double. 2 runs are probably going to score because we mentioned Brown has decent speed too.
Yeah, pretty tough to hold runners on as a submarine guy. You got to be pretty quick, but that delivery's elongated.
This will be lined, and a catch by the second baseman Lindquist for the out that retires the side. And the 2-out rally is for naught for the A's here in the bottom of the 5th. We go to the top of the 6th, still 2-2 between the Braves and the A's in Game 6 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. LSP is the live event specialist. Ask us about streaming your next sports game, gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, play, meeting, or other event. Also ask about public address announcing, emceeing, and videography. Rates start just $100. Email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for more information. All right. Just in case, yep. Thank you. There hasn't been a home run hit at Monan in the games I've broadcast this series. Yep, game 1, but I wasn't here, so that's why I said in the games I've broadcast this series. And there was a home run too at Town, I believe, at least one.
Give them metal bats like UMass Boston.
Oh God.
Done some of those games in March and April. The bats are swinging and the wind is whipping.
The wind's whipping and the bats are cold, are harder too because it's so damn cold. You know,
Pitchers are just dying out there.
Oh, good Lord!
Coldest baseball game I ever did was here. They played Salem State on like a Wednesday night in March, and
why would you do that to yourself?
I didn't assign the game to myself. I just accepted it.
No, I know. No, I understand that. I was just like, why? Like.
It's a labor of love, my friend. It is a labor of love.
Oh, boy.
We love it.
Here we go to the top of the 6th, and Eddie Beauregard takes strike 1. Beauregard 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a run scored. Led off the 4th with a single and scored the first run of the ball game.
Brown was just out on the base pass. Hopefully he went into the dugout, got a little bit of rest, and now he has to go back out and deal with the
middle third,
with the cleanup hitter for the Braves. So important at bat here.
Fouled straight back, and the count will be 1-2.
Pretty good job jumping ahead 1-2.
I think someone's going to start getting warmed up down the right field line for the A's too. The A's did have action warming at the times where Brown was struggling in Game 2, but he ain't struggling there as he gets Beauregard for the first time tonight, and that'll be out number 1. But obviously they never ended up pulling Brown in Game 2.
Great change up there by Brown to get the strikeout. Pitch comes at you like a fastball and all of a sudden just breaks away, and you've already committed to the swing.
Ball 1 to Mike Smith, who's 0 for 2 with a pop-up to short and a pop-up to the catcher. Speaking of great change-ups.
Yeah, he has a good feel for it tonight.
And with all these right-handed bats in the Braves lineup. he's up to 6 strikeouts now.
Yep.
Can you imagine how many he could end up with, if he's going to keep,
Oh, he doesn't
Keep 'em off
show
balance.
any signs of slowing down right now, and we've got a competitive game. So with these guys who are, grown men.
Look at this guy stepping off the rubber, catches breath, steps right on the rubber, and immediately goes into his motion. Not wasting any time. Mark Burley stuff.
He's probably been to some of the Woo Sox games. He's seen that pitch clock. It's very effective now in the minor leagues.
Yeah,
Guys just stay on the mound.
Yeah, they showed stats on MLB Network the other night. Average 30 minutes. Games were taking an average of 30 minutes faster, and with negligible impact on both pitchers and batters' stats.
Major League Baseball is trying some things out in the minor league system. It'd be interesting is if they
And a swing and a miss. That is 3 consecutive strikeouts now and 7 on the game for Brown.
Braves hitters
We lost you, Sam, on the mic.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just going to keep talking.
Okay, good. Here is Zupkus. He fouls that one off for strike 1. In the bottom of the 6th, the A's will have their middle third of the order due up. Katsarobis, Carrera, and DiGiacomo. Oh, 1. Fouled straight back, 0-2.
Got away with that one there.
Great crowd on hand, too. Best crowd of the series, I think.
It's great. You got family and friends here to support. It's a long season in the Park League. This is the last of the 3 Boston leagues it's playing, and these guys really want it. So good to see some support for them.
1-2 the count. But of course, this is not the end of the Boston baseball calendar. Got the old-time Steve Buckley's old-time game going on right now over at St. Peter's Field in Cambridge. And then, of course, second weekend of October, I believe, is going to be the 100 innings game for ALS. It's going to be fun. And a swing and a miss, and P.J. Brown feeling it. He strikes out the side in order here in the top of the 6th.
Has a little something to say as he comes off the mound, too. All right.
And some jaw gymnastics over towards the Braves.
Didn't seem like the batter said anything. Maybe he was talking to the dugout, but this is great. This is just a great game.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 2-2 between the Braves and the A's in Game 6 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Order a DVD of this game or check out our collection of exclusive merchandise, including the LSP hoodie and the Never Concede collection. LSP37.creator-spring.com for merchandise, and email samfeelypbp at gmail.com for DVD copies of most past LSP video broadcasts. So Brown has retired 6 of the last 7, and the only batter to reach in that span, Rizzuto, was doubled off, a double play in the 5th. You were saying, Dewey? Is it not Zupkus?
Well,
Yeah, Rizzuto's been at 3rd. Well, while Sammy checks on that, we go to the bottom of the 6th. Katsarobis, Carrera, and DiGiacomo due up. Katsarobis 0 for 2 with a ground out to short and a fly out to center. Quinn Cleary out there for his 2nd inning of work and delivers strike 1. This will be a little nubber at the plate, and it'll be foul for strike 2. What you got, Sammy? Fisher, okay. Just straight swap for Zupkis? Yep. All right, so Thomas Fisher in at left field for Tim Zupkis here to begin the 6th. 1-2. So Zupkis finishes his night 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI and a run scored. 2-2. A little pop-up, foul, and out of play. Oh, excuse me, swing down the first baseline and fouls. It's picked up over there by Beauregard. Yep. Nobody warming behind Cleary either. 2-2 once again. Grounder to third. Rizzuto. 1 down. So Katsarobis is 0 for 3. Here is Carrera, who drove in the tying run back in the 4th. With his RBI single, he's 1 for 2. And I'll be fouled off for strike 1. This is also fouled off to the left and out of play. And the count will be 0-2. Carrera had not played in this series since game 1 when he went 1 for 3 with a triple and 2 runs. As that is swung on and missed. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Freddie Carrera, 2 down. But he has had at least 1 hit in every game he's played, with 2 hits last night and 1 tonight. But now 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th as Krista Giacomo will come to the plate. He too is 1 for 2 with a single. Single coming in the 4th, and he ground out 3-1 to end the 2nd. This will be grounded down the first baseline and foul for strike 1. In the top of the 7th, the Braves will have the bottom third of the order. Joyce, Halloran, and Haslam due up. As Cleary delivers, and it's a comebacker right to Cleary. Now, jog a little bit over to first and flip it there for the out that retires the side. Well, here we go to the top of the 7th. 2-2 in Game 6 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. Are you down with a sound called LSP? Then follow and support LSP on the web, localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, PayPal, Creator Spring, and Ko-Fi LSP37, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. P.J. Brown back out there for inning number 7 as expected. He has retired 5 of the last 6. Has faced the minimum in that span. Correction, 6 of the last 7 and faced the minimum in that span. Rizzuto leading off the fifth of the single, and then Lindquist lining into the 6-3 double play. And the last 4 outs have all come by way of the K. 8 strikeouts for the first 6 innings for Brown.
Let off the
Yep. Well, Joyce was pinch hit for by McLaughlin last night, then Baez took over defensively. Joyce 1 for 2 with an RBI single in the 4th. Drops in there for strike 1. Two and 1. Popped up over to the right side, and it will get out of play for strike 2. So the line on Jimmy Hodgson, 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout, with all 4 of those hits coming in the 4th inning. Had faced the minimum through 3 1/3, and the A's managed to come back and tie it. As Joyce fouled off another one and remains 2 and 2. Popped up again, but that's going to get out of play again. And yeah, I'm with you. If Joyce reaches, he's definitely going to be pinch run for. We have completely lost you, I think. What the hell? Huh. I didn't get any of that in my headphones. I don't know. I'll try to fit. And now I think I just got you, but Joyce strikes out, and that is 5 consecutive strikeouts for Brown. He's got 9 now, and there's 1 down. As here is Kyle Halloran, 2 for 2 with a double in the 2nd and a single in the 4th, and he's behind 0-1. I don't think it has anything to do with the microphone saying. I think it's just your wire for whatever reason. It's plugged in here, but like this is where the magic happens. Oh, I think I heard you. Yep, you're on. I got it. Oh, is that the issue? All right. You got it? All right. 1 and 2. 2 and 2. Can I see? I mean, I'm picking up your audio now, so. All right. Halloran is run at full. Give me a quick test. Yep, we're in. We're in. Okay. Oh, just inside for ball 4. And how? Oh, we lost you again. What is going on, man? All right, so. Oh, boy. All right, so go ahead and run it first. 1 out. Here's Haslam. He got good speed in Halloran over at first, and good speed here at the plate in Haslam. And Haslam hits this one into left field, and that is going to drop for a base hit. A little bit of a bluff there by the left fielder to see if he could hold up Halloran and maybe induce a force, but Halloran does get up to second safely. And it's first and second. Go-ahead run now in scoring position. As the lineup turns over for Rizzuto, 2 for 3 with 2 singles, but has been out on the bases twice. Was retired on that fielder's choice in the first and then was doubled off on that 6-3 lineout, 6-3 double play lineout off the bat of Lindquist in the 5th.
Fans can certainly tell that this is the moment right
Yeah,
now.
this game's at a tipping point.
Yeah, the A's fans are a little quiet. The Braves fans are really getting into it.
I think we got it now. Chat was pointing out we had lost you, but I think we got it now.
I'm holding my microphone together.
Yeah, exactly. This is into right field, and it will be caught. Held on to at second by Patron. So that second out comes with a real big whimper there. First pitch swinging by Rizzuto, and it's just a pop-up.
Same situation here. Single scores a run, but Brown's not going to let him get a run so easy.
Lindquist 1 for 3. On the outside corner for strike 1. In the bottom of the 7th, the A's will have the bottom third of the order due up. Linane, Donahoe, and Wong. What'd you have for was it DiGiacomo's out in the bottom of the 6th?
Ground ball to the first base.
Right. Yeah.
Ground ball to the pitcher.
Yeah, that's right. I remember now. All right. Lindquist with the go-ahead run in the person of Halloran.
Hit the ball hard twice tonight. Let's see if he does it again.
And second. Up and away to even the count. There is action down the right field line for the A's. In there for strike 2.
Every pitch means something here. Every pitch. Every pitch that's called a ball, the defensive team's mad. Every time the pitch is called a strike, the offensive team's mad. So batter's got to protect here with 2 strikes.
Upstairs. No sound, really? Can you give me another test real quick?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can. I don't know. Well,
I think they're trolling you now.
oh God. All right. Faint sound. Nope. No sound. Whatever. All right. Anyways. Shallow left. Oh, Pizarro held on to it.
What a catch.
With his left fielder about to take his legs out from underneath him.
What a play. With the season on the line, what a great play.
We go to the bottom of the 7th. The A's can walk it off. Braves 2, A's 2 in Game 6 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP.
Because I can hear you and myself now. I'm
Yep.
holding it, so there's no reason. I mean, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know.
Are you getting a reading?
Oh yeah.
All right, then tell them to shut
Yeah,
up.
we got a reading here, so I don't know. Faint at best. Okay, then let's see a walk-off home run, and then you tell me how if you can hear me. All right.
Leads Merrimack in all-time wins, strikeouts, and innings pitched.
Who does?
This kid pitched
Cleary does?
for the A's.
Oh, Brown does.
Brown does. Okay. All right.
He's still there? Yeah, he was there when they were in the NE10.
Yeah, he was in anything.
That Merrimack team that went to the regionals without a home field. What a great story that was. The nomadic Merrimack team didn't have a field, and
Won the NE10, right? They beat Snoop.
I was working in that series. And when I left, they had been beaten by New Haven 14-1. They were going into the losers bracket, and all of a sudden, 2 days later, I said, "Who got the bid?" And they said, "Merrimack." I said, "Huh?"
Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Sponsor LSP broadcast for as little as $25 per ad. Email samfeelypvp@gmail.com for more information. So, bottom of the 7th, and it's the bottom third of the order coming up for the A's with Tommy Linnane, the team's leading RBI man in the postseason, to be followed by Michael Donahoe and Alex Wong. And a swing and a miss by Linnane for strike one, going for the downs on that first pitch, looking to walk it off. Linnane 0 for 2 with a ground out to first and a ground out to third. Check swing. It looked good from just the spot, but it is ball one.
He's not missing by much. He's really working these corners, and you get some of them. You don't get all of them, though.
Inside corner, strike two.
That's a tough pitch for a tall guy to hit. Breaking ball, front door breaking ball right at the knees. Tough pitch. Good take there. Got to battle with 2 strikes here.
Up and away, ball two.
Do you challenge him with a fastball here?
Down and away, ball three.
Now you got to throw a strike.
Swing and a miss. I think that's exactly what Linnane was expecting, and he came up empty. And it is strike three, out number one. Second strikeout for Cleary. And here is Donahoe, who I'm sure was hoping Linnane would get on. Donahoe would likely have been a sacrifice situation. As that is on the inside corner for strike one.
Put a real good swing on the ball in the 5th inning. Let's see if he does it again.
Flew out in the 5th, however, but comes up empty here, and he's behind 0-2. Donahoe walked as the first A's base runner back in the 3rd, but then was picked off. As you observed earlier, Sammy, both catchers have been picked off tonight.
Unconscionable.
Yeah, exactly. In Game 6 of a best-of-7 series, come on.
Oh, that's amateur baseball for you.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for the bottom of the 7th for Quinn Cleary. And here is Alex Wong. We have spoken about his hitting prowess. Has been underwhelming overall this postseason, but has a chance here. 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts to center, and takes down and away for ball one. You don't even have to hit a home run here. Just get on base. You're the winning run. Just get on base and give the next guys a chance. Cassione, Beauregard, and Smith. 3, 4, and 5 due up in the top of the 8th, but will we get there? Because Wong just got plunked. They appealed to 3rd for the swing, and Mike Hinojosa said no swing. So Wong gets on base as the winning run.
James Greeley wants to have a little conversation here.
Again, we similar situation. What with
I'm guessing he's asking whether or not he leaned over the plate.
Yeah.
But more of a defensive motion there by Wong. I don't think maybe we'll get crew together, but I don't think so. I think we're going to stay with the hit by pitch here. Yeah.
All right.
I'm excited. This is exciting.
Are we going to see a walk-off at a Game 7, or are we going to extras? Ryan Patrone, 1 for 3. 2 groundouts to 3rd and a single. Just missed for ball 1.
I'm going to say guarantee we're going to see an attempted steal of second base here because Wong can run a little bit. Moderate lead there at first.
Fouled off. The count will be 1-1.
Because if you get thrown out here at second base, worst case scenario, you get the top of the order coming up in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Yep.
Best case scenario, maybe you get a throw into center field and you're at third base all of a sudden.
Yeah. Lot less at risk here when you're the home team in this situation.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This will be into right field, and it will be caught by Halloran. Bonus baseball. We go to the top of the 8th. Braves 2, A's 2 in Game 6 of the Park League Championship Series here on LSP. LSP is the live event specialist. Ask us about streaming your next sports game, gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, play, meeting, or other event. Rates start just $100. Email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for more information. I believe we have a new pitcher here. Yeah, it is. Yep. So that's going to be, I believe that's Oliver Collette. Yep, it is Oliver Collette making his 4th appearance of the postseason. No decisions, a 1.40 ERA in 5 innings, has allowed 6 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. Collette pitched in games 1 and 2 of this series, allowed 2 hits with 1 strikeout and no runs or walks in 2 innings in game 1. Not games 1 and 2, 1 and 4. In game 4, 1 inning with 1 hit, no runs, no walk, and 1 strikeout. Top of the 8th, and it is going to be Cassione, Beauregard, and Smith, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, due up here for the Braves. So is Brown out? Brown remains the DH. Okay, so they do have the Shohei Ohtani rule. Okay, I was thinking more in terms of like the Intercity League, designated hitter and extra hitter rule, but I guess it's pretty simple stuff here in the Park League.
Yeah, they want to accommodate players and let players stay in the game.
Yep. Not nearly as many two-way players in the Intercity League as there are in the Park League. As that is inside for ball 1 to Cassione. He is 0 for 3, reached on fielder's choice in the 1st, and struck out in the 3rd and the 5th. Brown's going to remain in the game as the DH, as that is high for ball 2.
Pretty tough spot to come into right here. You got to start throwing strikes.
Is that thunder or is that like a truck I just heard?
I think that's a plane.
Well, we are very close to Logan, obviously, but 2-1 the count now. Three and 1. There again is Donahoe trying to give Mike Sadowski a good look at it, but not taking it. And that'll be inside for ball 4. And the Braves, like they did in the 7th, have the go-ahead run aboard. Cassione reaching for the 2nd time. And this will be grounded down to the 3rd baseline. Foul for strike 1. To Eddie Beauregard, 2 for 3 with 2 singles. And a run scored. Struck out swinging his last time up in the 6th.
Don't know if you need to get runners in motion here with nobody out. Let your cleanup hitter take a swing.
Fouled off. The count will be 0-2. Cassione is 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts this postseason. That steal coming actually in last night's game. In the regular season, he was 0 for 1 in stolen base attempts.
Haven't seen Donahoe throw the ball tonight, but again, you get cleanup hitter up, get nobody out. See what he can do here.
Long set by Colette and just barely able to foul it off. Is Beauregard. Throw over to first, and Cassione back safely.
4th playoff appearance here for Colette. He's been pretty solid so far. So.
Yep. 3rd appearance of this series, in fact.
Yeah.
Last pitch in Game 4 on Thursday. For what it's worth, he's pitched in both A's wins. This is ground to the left side and through for a base hit. Beauregard is now 3 for 4 as Cassione moves into scoring position as the go-ahead run.
Tried to flip him a breaking ball there, and Beauregard just did a good job finding the 5-6 hole. This is what makes baseball great right here.
Absolutely.
You got 1st and 2nd, nobody out.
Extra,
what do you do here?
Extra innings.
Extra
Everybody's coming in. P.J. Brown, by the way, his line, 7 innings, 10 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 9 strikeouts, including 5 consecutively between the 5th and 7th innings.
Thought he was great tonight.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a lot of pressure, and especially when you fall behind 2-0, a lot of guys could just give up, and he really battled. He really bared down and kept his team in the ball game. Now he's got to rely on his teammate, though.
Yep. Yeah. Brown has really put it upon it's really put the team on its back in this series, as it looks like we have a pinch hitter for Mike Smith. And it is going to be, 1 second. Kyle Halloran was wearing Adams number 4. This is going to be a bunt. 1 second. It's 0-1.
Be great if they gave us these changes.
Yeah, I know,
Be
right?
really helpful. We'd really appreciate it. Maybe
Yep.
next game, fellas, you know, or next season, depending on what happens tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Bunted that first one foul. Think the sign's still on here, Sam?
Absolutely. Rotation plays on 2, and then fouls it off. And you pinch it. I mean, if you're pinch hitting for Smitty, and then you have the guy that's pinch hitting for him bunting, something's up with Smith. He's clearly hurt in that. I feel like he's hurt or
I'm
unwell.
a little surprised that they do it, because I figured that Smitty would be able to get a bunt down here. I'm sure they have confidence in this guy, but right now he's down in a hole, and he's going to have to put the ball in play the more traditional way.
Down and in for ball 1.
Left-handed batter, so.
Colette taking a long time to get the sign from Donahoe. And it's low for ball 2. This might be Thomas Byrne now that I think about it. Yeah, it is Thomas Byrne.
Thomas Byrne, okay.
All right. So Thomas Byrne makes sense. I mean,
Done a good job getting back into this at bat after two not great sack bunts here. Got the count back to even. Donahoe went out to talk to Collette, and now we have the 2-2 pitch coming.
Up and away. Nobody warming behind Collette, as it is Thomas Fisher due up next. Remember, Fisher would be getting his first at-bat, too. He came in as a defensive replacement for Zupkis, but Byrne comes up empty for strike one. For out number one, rather. Strike three and out number one. So here is Fisher.
24, new guy.
No, is this Jack McLaughlin? Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Jack McLaughlin.
Jack.
My mistake, yeah. Yep, Jack McLaughlin will get a turn at bat, and
Told me before the game he's been dealing with a little bit of an injury, but in this scenario, one out, first and second, I don't think the Braves could ask for a better hitter to come up.
no. McLaughlin, injury, left-handed batter, walk-off possibility, and go-ahead run possibility anyway. Center field, it's caught. Here's the throw to third. It skips in, and they did not get him.
Oh, boy.
But they threw back to second.
Oh, my
Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God.
Eddie Beauregard tried to sneak in the back door and got tagged out. Are you serious?
We're going to have a little bit of an
The
argument here.
Braves are arguing that time had been called.
Right.
But if time had been called, then I think you have to send Beauregard back to first. Cassione would be at third, but
I'll tell you this. Time was requested. However, the ball was still in play. Beauregard clearly knew that the ball was still in play because he tried to advance to second, and he's thrown out to end the inning. We go to the bottom half.
that is, oh my God, unbelievable. I mean, it was a very close play at third anyway. I thought Cassione was out. Like, the throw is short hopped, but the tag I thought was there after the short hop. And oh my God, what is going on?
Nobody wants to go home, Sam.
Nobody does. Left field, gotcha. So, after all that, McLaughlin is out on an F8, and that ends up being a double play. Bottom of the eighth. This is... oh, man.
Seen a little bit of everything. tonight, Sam.
2-2, Braves A's, Game 6, Park League Championship Series here on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or check out our collection of exclusive merchandise, including the LSP hoodie and the Never Concede collection. LSP37.creatorspring.com for merchandise, and email samfeelypbp@gmail.com for DVDs. This is just unbelievable. So, it's Brown, Pizarro, and Katsarobis, right?
What is...
Yeah, because Patron flew out to right.
yeah, 2, 3, 4.
Yep, so...
What's Beauregard thinking there?
I don't know. Just try to be too... I don't know. Sometimes you can be too clever for your own good.
Thought everybody was sleeping.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to the down to the bottom. of the
All
eighth.
right, P.J. Brown, now the designated hitter, will lead things off. And he hits this one to the other way and foul for strike one. Just, like, you never want to, like, it's one thing, like they say, never make,
Folks, Sam Feely is speechless.
which is,
Breaking news.
I know,
Speechless.
it's impossible, right? God. I mean, sometimes you can be dumbfounded by what you see on a baseball field.
That is very true.
Go to a baseball game, you'll see something you've never seen before. 1-1 the count to Brown. He's due for 3 with 2 singles and a run scored. And that'll be just outside for ball 2. You know, they say never make the last out of the inning at third. Like, don't make the last out of the inning at second in that regard, too.
How about don't make the last out of the inning with a runner on third?
I know. Fouled straight back, 2-2.
Got a pitcher who's through a lot of pitches in that inning, was a little bit erratic.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, you get a breaking ball in the dirt or a fastball that he pulls, and you got a run scored. But on we move to the bottom half.
I mean, first and third, 2 outs. Just come on. You gotta allow yourself that opportunity.
I'm sure they're asking that same question, but right now Cleary's really got to focus because you got 2, 3, 4 here for the A's, and you do not want to let the leadoff guy get on, especially a guy that can run like Brown can.
And with Pizarro behind him, who brought Brown home with an RBI double back in the 4th. This will be a slow roll to short. Cassione fires to first in time.
What a nice play there by Cassione.
Cassione and Pizarro have made some great defensive plays all series long at shortstop. That's been a treat.
That's a lot of confidence in your strength of your arm that he just backhanded that ball and he ripped it across the diamond in time to get the first out of the inning.
So Brown now 2 for 4. Here is Pizarro, 1 for 3 with that RBI double in the 4th. Also scored a run as that is inside for ball 1. Front door breaking ball, strike 1, 1-1.
He's done a good job throwing that for strikes since he's come into the game. A lot of right-handed batters.
He lines this one into left field, but that will be caught by our new left fielder for out number 2. So it'll be James Katsarobis to try and keep the line moving. Katsarobis trying to get on base for the first time tonight, 0 for 3. Ground out to short in the 2nd, fly out to center in the 4th, and a ground out to 3rd in the 6th. And I'll take just outside for ball 1. In the top of the 9th, we've been here before. It'll be the bottom 3rd of the order. Joyce, Halloran, and Haslam due up. And that misses 2-0. Our chat we're saying in the 7th, extra innings, I say. You were right. Will there be more extra innings? Grounded down the first base line. It's a fair ball. And it'll be picked up in the corner and being held to a single is Katsarobis as he gets on board for the first time tonight. And, well, the A's got a 2-out base runner in the bottom of the 7th, giving them a chance to walk it off.
Got a left-handed pitcher warming, but Greeley's going to stay here with Cleary against the lefty Carrera.
Carrera, RBI single back in the 4th that tied the game. And it's been 2-2 ever since. He hits this one into right field, and that is going to be down for a base hit, and I was just waiting to see if that was going to hop away from the right fielder Halloran, but he does a good job staying with it, keeping it in front of him, and only allowing Katsarobis to get to 2nd. And now the winning run in scoring position, and it looks like we're going to have a pitching change.
Greeley's on his way to the mound.
Yep.
Let's just see right here.
Yep.
He's going to talk to him. Cleary's done a really good job so far.
This is only his first visit of the inning too. So, but Krista Giacomo is due up.
This is a little different than professional baseball. You got, adults talking to adults here. Cleary's done a good job, but Greeley's going to make the change here. Yep.
All right. So Cleary is pulled after 3 2/3. Got the first 2 of this inning. And then back-to-back singles by Katsarobis and Carrera have the winning run at 2nd. Krista Giacomo at the plate. Carrera's now 2 for 4.
56. It's a big number. 55? Let's see. 55.
Yep.
This is a real solid hit right here for the A's. 296 in the regular season, 290 here in the playoffs.
This is actually Luke Harder, who got his first plate appearances of the series last night, and now he is tasked with keeping the game tied and holding off a potential Game 7. Harder has pitched twice in this series. In games 1 and games 1 and 4, 1 inning with no hits or runs, with 1 walk and no strikeouts in game 1, and then in game 4 took the loss. 4 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of which were earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Chris DiGiacomo takes strike 1.
How'd you like to come into this spot, throw breaking ball, strike 1? That's pretty good.
DiGiacomo 1 for 3, single and 2 groundouts. Check swing, and he went around, says Mike Sadowski, and it's 0-2, another breaking ball. Katsarobis, the winning run at second. Carrera at first, and
Time is called. Late time. DiGiacomo was not ready, and Sadowski, protecting the hitter, called time. Sometimes you get a little lost in translation between hitter and pitcher. They're on a little different wavelengths.
Trying to get him fishing again, but it's 1-2.
It's another breaking ball. That's 3 breaking balls. Is he going to throw him a fastball? I don't know. Throws him a fastball. He just has to flip the bat out there and put it in play.
And that's exactly what he does down the left field line, but that's going to be foul.
Let the velocity do all the work there, and we were about 6 feet away from heading home.
Still 1-2. So,
what do you think here, Sam? You think he goes back to the breaking ball?
gotta.
He's been pretty successful with it so far. Joyce will block it.
That's got what he did. And
What a pick. What a pick. Gotta love that turf.
2-2. Bounces away from him slightly. You give Katsarobis a chance to go to third, but if
Just takes the force
Joyce
away.
can pick it up, if he could nab him in third, it's...
I wouldn't even think to throw. You can see how far away the third baseman's
Oh, my
playing.
God, you're telling me.
So he throws that ball, and all of a sudden the third baseman's not there. Here we go. Pitcher versus batter.
Into right field. We're going to Game 7. James Katsarobis scores. Chris DiGiacomo with the walk-off RBI single in the bottom of the 8th. How can you not be romantic about baseball, huh? Oh, wow.
These boys want to play one more night. Why not?
Well, it went from best of 7 to best of 5 to best of 3, best of 1 tomorrow night. Oh, wow. Krista Giacomo picks up the RBI single, plating James Katsarobis, and the A's walk it off with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. 3-2. All the scoring was done in the 4th up until that point. The win goes to Oliver Collette. The loss goes to Quinn Cleary. P.J. Brown goes the first 7 and goes 2 for 4 with a run scored. And Krista Giacomo 2 for 4, the game-winning RBI. Well, if Game 7, the venue is currently listed as to be announced. If we're back here tomorrow night, am I going to see you here, Sammy?
You might see me here. You might see me on the field. You might not see me at all. I don't really know. I'd
well,
love to come back. But,
whatever happens, we will hopefully see you tomorrow night for Game 7. Again, venue to be determined. Hopefully it is back here at Monan, and hopefully Game 7 will be just as fun and just as entertaining as the first 6 were. So, with that said, this has been a presentation of Local Sports Production, serving Greater Boston's student athletes and beyond since 2011. Copyright 2022. Unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of Local Sports Productions is strictly prohibited. Be sure to follow LSP on the web, localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, PayPal, Creator Spring, Ko-Fi, LSP37, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. And thanks again to the Park League and the Yawkey Foundation for supporting these broadcasts. And we will hopefully, again, see you tomorrow night for Game 7, the decisive Game 7 of the Park League Championship Series. It'll be a Braves home game, first pitch at 7:45. So once again, the final score from Monan Park at BC High in Boston, Mass. It is the Boston A's 3 and the EI Braves 2 in 8 innings. For Sam Finn, my name is Sam Feeler, reminding you freelance isn't free.